Welcome to the New Westminster Soccer Club online registration tutorial. Over the next few minutes, we will show you how to register for one of our programs, starting with creating a family account, which you will use for all player registrations. This account will be where you can also add additional players and programs from season to season and update your personal information if there are things like email address, telephone, or address changes. This demo will be using a PC, but it is very similar to what you do on a phone or tablet. Let's begin by opening a web browser and going to www.newwestsc.ca. When you get to our webpage, you will want to register. That option is under the Player tab located in the top portion of our webpage or in a menu box on a phone or tablet. When the registration page opens, you will see a list of programs that are available to register for. Click on the Regular Season button. A second tab will open and you will see a list of programs, age groups, and prices. Scroll down to the bottom of the page and click Next. You are now at the login page. We are going to assume that you have not created your family account and will set up a new user account. If you have previously created a family account, do not create a new account. Simply enter your username and password and click Post. To create your new family account, click on the New User text. Your screen will now display a new user form where you will create a unique username and password and begin the process of filling out the required information. We suggest using your first initial and last name combined as your username, or use the first part of your email address minus the @ portion. Make sure your password is something you can remember, but it is best to use a combination of upper and lowercase letters and numbers. For this example, Footy has just created his account, filling in each of the required fields indicated by the red asterisk on each page, and clicked Post. Footy now has a family account set up to use for this and all future registrations. We will now add our first player on the main registration form that appeared when you clicked Post. The full form looks like this. This is where you, the account holder, will add the information for the player you are registering. In this example, we are going to add Zoe Footy as the player. Setting the player's birthday will determine what age group a player is eligible to register for. We will now select the division that this player will be playing in. In this case, we chose Girls Fall. We've selected female as the gender and added Zoe's first and last names, as well as a note stating that she has played for 7 years. Slightly further down are the required fields for uniform sizes. Please make sure you choose the right size for your player. It is very difficult to swap out the uniforms after they have been assigned. Carry on through the form and fill out the home address, phone number, and most importantly, an email address to contact the player by. You can add 2 addresses if you separate them by a semicolon. Be sure to add all the medical information requested. This is important if the club needs to contact emergency services like paramedics or if the player needs to be seen by a doctor. Please make sure to list any previous injuries or conditions. The next step is to fill in the parent or guardian information, mother first, and again, include as much info like phone numbers and email addresses as possible so we can contact you if needed. Our club is volunteer driven. Please consider volunteering just as Annie Footy has done in this screen. Father is next, and Zed has also volunteered. Next up, provide us with an emergency contact. Please read the parent-player consent and indemnity agreement at the bottom of the form. You must accept this in order to register. Choose whether or not you will allow us to use your player's photos on our website and/or social media platforms. When you filled in everything, click Next to go to the payment page. You will see that Zoe is in the correct age group, and in this case, she will receive an early bird discount. Please consider donating to the club to help us support our sport. You have 3 payment options: credit card, which is either Visa or MasterCard; financial assistance provided by applying to external community programs like Kids Sport, which is something you must do outside of our registration system; and finally, check payment, which we have chosen for our example. Scroll down and click Next. You're almost done. On the screen that now appears, you must upload a headshot image of your player for BC Soccer identification purposes. At U11 and older, all players are required to have photo ID. Players cannot play in games without it. Click on the text click here to Add, Change, Delete Photo so that you can upload the player's photo. This must be like a passport photo, headshot only, face clearly visible. Choose your photo, then click Upload. As long as the image fits into the box like shown on this screen, you're good to go. Click Done to go back to the previous screen. Scroll to the bottom and click Finished to complete the player registration. The full form for a completed registration looks like this. You can then choose to add another family member, that is, another player. If you do so, you'll be taken to the main login screen. You made your family account earlier. Do not create another one. Use the credentials you supplied at the beginning of the registration process to access the system. You will see a page showing the option to register a new player, and you will also see that the player you've just registered, in our case Zoe Footy, is in the system. This is where you can also access a tax receipt for your players, which is always good to remember at tax time. Thank you for choosing New Westminster Soccer Club.